So you missed the first wave of Switch 2 pre-orders, or maybe you did get one, but now your cousin, your sister's roommates, brothers, uncles, dog wants one too, right? Well, whatever the reason, if you're still trying to score a Switch 2 on launch date, which is June 5th, we're less than a month away, guys. Just a couple more weeks. We'll be dick deep into Mario Kart World. You're not completely out of luck, guys, but you'll need to move fast and you need to know exactly where to look. I made a video last week covering some ground, basic stuff, but some people just need a little bit of help. They don't think about the small details and stuff. I got you covered, all right? So let's break down the best way to snag a Switch 2 on launch date. And yeah, you'll have to jump through a few hoops, but if you want one bad enough, it's still possible. Let's go ahead and start with the My Nintendo store. So if you weren't aware, Nintendo did this weird lottery thing where you had to register your interest through the My Nintendo store, right? And they, even if you did everything right with that, and you paid for Switch Online for the last year without any lapses, played 50 hours plus from before April 2nd, and it still basically was a lottery. So on top of that, you had to meet the criteria, and you still had to hope that Nintendo would email you. Well, you could have done it all right and still never heard a peep from them. And I asked my chat, I'm like, hey, did anybody get a Switch through the emails? And not a single person through any of my live streams got an email. So I guess not too many people got one through the Nintendo lottery system, but I would say don't ignore this site just yet. There's some users that are reporting allegedly that they were able to check out without getting an invite email, which is interesting. Maybe it was a glitch. Who knows? Maybe Nintendo forgot. Either way, it's worth checking out Nintendo's hardware store page just in case that buy button magically works for you. So go check that out. Maybe it'll work. Also, if you did get the invite, just a heads up, you could buy the GameCube controllers too, from what I'm understanding. And I want to get one of those, but you can only buy it between May 8th and May 12th. Everyone else will have to wait until the 13th, and we all know that thing's going to disappear faster than the limited edition Joy-Cons or even the Switch 2 pre-orders probably. I mean, every time Nintendo makes a limited edition Switch Online controller, it goes out like that, and then it's hard to find. If you are looking for this invite email, it's titled Nintendo Switch 2 System is waiting for you. That's your golden ticket. You got 72 hours to buy once that email hits your inbox. So you might have gotten the email and just barely saw it. If you see that, don't think, just buy it. It might even be in your spam folder. Check your spam just in case. Now, let's talk retailers. These are your retailers to watch and how they're playing dirty, all right? So Walmart, for one, has been sketchy. We talked about them. They randomly dropped pre-orders in the middle of the night with zero warning, and the listing stayed live for 8 hours. I remember seeing people covering it on X, talking about it, because almost nobody knew about this. It literally was like a late night drop. It was chaotic. And yeah, so I would say keep your eyes on Walmart because they're known to do that. They do say June 5th is the release date, and they might restock again without a word. They did that in the past with the PS5 and other consoles as well. So I would put like notifications on Walmart's website. I believe you could set up with your phone number, or if you have a Walmart account, you'll get notifications. For me, I got my Switch 2 pre-ordered through the app. So I recommend just going on the app and seeing if maybe you can get the basic console without the Mario Kart World. Just get Mario Kart World later if you really want this console. And speaking of people on X, I would definitely recommend you follow Jake Randall, Wario64, Cheap Ass Gamer. I believe there's all sorts of accounts on X that literally do pre-order alerts. You can set up notifications for them. Set up all notifications on. And make sure your phone is actually set to let those alerts through. Sometimes if you silent your banner notifications or anything like that, you won't get alerted. Okay? Just make sure you do that. So the second that the restocks go live, you want to be there because this is actual war. This is Nintendo pre-order war, guys. Now, I will say your best bet might be Target. Target, or as Target, I would like to say, might actually be the most reliable bet here. According to leaked employee info from Nintendo Prime, which I talked about last week, most Target locations are going to be getting about 60 units on launch day, split 30 $30 between the Mario Kart bundle and the regular base model. But here's the thing, you have to buy them online, but it's in-store pickup. You can't just walk in, get a Switch on launch date. So you got to do the online order, check your local Target. Okay, these numbers vary. Some stores might get 100 units, others might get 30. It's not fair, but it's retail. This is the way the cookie crumbles, right? So it's still better odds than shipping to home drops, because at least you're only fighting local customers and not the whole entire internet. Right? So Target is based off of your local inventory, so you don't have to worry about the entire internet coming and sniping you. Now, what about Best Buy and GameStop? Best Buy will have launch day stock. It's been confirmed. Lots of people I know got their pre-orders from there. They might not restock before launch, but from what I hear, on June 5th, they will have live orders again, possibly at midnight Eastern or whenever their site decides to finally wake up. Best Buy's kind of weird with their website. GameStop is doing midnight launches. Some, I believe West Coast, are even doing a 10 p.m. launch. I think they're getting it early. When midnight hits on the East Coast, West Coast will be getting it. So I guess they might have extra consoles available. I highly doubt it. I think they're going to be very limited. I wouldn't go at midnight and see if you could just walk in, because you're going to be waiting in line and you run the risk. But if you're brave, they might have extra consoles for walk-ins. There's no guarantee on that. If you're feeling nostalgic for the midnight releases or desperate, line up like it's 2006 and hope for the best. I would call ahead, so maybe you don't waste your time. Honestly, that's probably the most desperate choice I would have if you don't have a pre-order at this time. Maybe you'll get lucky, but you know, I also want to be 6'2", so we can't always get what we want. So here's the final tips I have for checking out. When you try to order online, you try to deal with all these retailers. Timing is everything, okay? When you're trying to beat bots and scalpers, which they shut down websites like nobody's business. Remember how Target and Walmart were just crashing the day the pre-orders went out? I would say create accounts at all the major retailers now. Don't even just do Target, Walmart, whatever. Go ahead and make sure you have an account on Amazon, Costco, Sam's Club, you name it. Kohl's, why not, right? Because you never know. Save your shipping info on there, your billing info, and your payment method. That way, when you go and you click buy, it's all saved. You don't have to take your time to type in anything, okay? Make sure your card has enough money as well to cover the full price with tax, because lots of times bank accounts cancel that. In fact, call your bank and let them know that you approve any kind of like charges that are for retail for like $500 or whatever, so that they don't think that your card is being spent by somebody doing fraud, right? Enable two-factor authentication too, so you don't get locked out during checkout. Two-factor authentication, and again, turn on those Twitter post notifications from your trusted accounts that post stock alerts, right? As I'm getting tongue twisted here, if all else fails, call every retailer, I would say, in your area the night before launch. Ask about their stock. Be annoying. Be early. Be ready to line up. Take your chair with you, because, you know, camping out, you know, at night in front of your store might sound old school, but sometimes it still works. I actually saw photos of people on Twitter actually already camping out at GameStops. So yeah, this is your last chance to prepare, guys, because we're in the end game now. I'm going to be trying to keep up with these updates for stock and pre-order alerts and all that, just to help you guys out. The Switch 2 officially drops June 5th, like I said, which is less than a month away. If you haven't locked one down yet, this is your last window. Comment below if you already got yours, guys, or if you're still on the hunt and where you're planning to try out, or if you got some tips. I think we can all share some tips. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell. We're, you know, on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Can't do it without you guys. So best of luck to your hunt, and I'll do my best to keep you guys posted.